Welsh Pool hosts the start of the 2018 Plains Rally, round 3 of the Jordan Road Surfacing BTRDA Rally Series. And once again, it will be the Rowlands brothers among the leading Silver Star contenders on the entry list this weekend. And indeed, it would be a family story on the stages as well, with the early lead in the event going to Ieuan Rowlands and Emyr Hall. It will be a good one too, 50 seconds by the end of the morning stages. For John Rowlands and Glenn Latham, it will be second. Not looking like they'd be getting anywhere near the lead at this stage, but that wasn't going to stop them from trying on home turf. For Owen McMacken and Barry Ferris, things were a little closer, just 8 seconds separating them from Rowlands ahead. Third place in the category, second in the B12 class, and hoping to shake up that family affair. Max Utting and Mike Ainsworth make a good start to the rally to end the morning with 4th place overall. The Fiesta pair lying second in the B11 class. Utting couldn't back off though, with Andy Davison and Tom Murphy just behind them in the class and overall results so far. 3 seconds the difference, so that result could go either way over the next 4 stages. And looking at this leaderboard, the same could be said for 4th place in the class, Rob Dennis with Simon Rogers alongside. They were actually on an identical time to Davison after 4 stages down. An extremely close battle then for those podium places in the class. Chris Powell and Jim Lewis would once again be mixing it up with the higher powered cars out on the stages. 7th place in the Silver Star results at this stage, and of course, leading the 1400 category in that Sunbeam. Meanwhile, it was a good start in the R2 Cup for George Lepley and Tom Woodburn. They lead the way there with a comfortable margin at the end of 4 stages. There's frustration though for Jack Lees and Michael Gilby when we lose them from the results, crashing out on stage 3. Both crew requiring medical treatment, but with the work of fellow competitors, marshals and rescue crews at the rally, that means the pair get the help they need and are on their road to recovery. Back to the leaderboard then, and it would be 9th place at this stage for Alan McDowell and Gavin Heseltine, the escort pair lying 3rd in the B12 class as well. And rounding out the top 10 were Ernie Graham and Robin Kellard. They lead the way in the H3 class in the escort as well. For Richard Wells and Calvin Holdsworth, it will be 2nd place in the R2 Cup, just over half a minute back from that class lead, but they'd be looking to gain some time back through the afternoon. 3rd in that class would be this man, Tommy Meadows, Emma Morrison alongside. Things a lot closer here, the pair just a single second back from Wells after 4 stages. And for Steve Ward and Mike Crawford, it would be 2nd place in the H3 class. The escort pair just less than a minute off the class lead. 3rd in H3 at this point, belonging to championship sponsor Barry Jordan and Paul Wakely. The Fiat 131 going well and looking resplendent out there on these classic Welsh stages. There'd be a good battle in the N3 class meanwhile, James Giddings and Sean Cunniff taking the lead there by 13 seconds. Martin Laverty and Phil Kenny have a good run over the morning stages to take 2nd place in that class for now. Their advantage in that position, however, would be a small one. Just a single second ahead of Matt and Tim Tordoff, who take 3rd in the N3 class at the midpoint in the event. So we're 4 stages down. The results in the Silver Star at this point are showing that dominance from the Rowlands brothers that we're used to on this event. But with 4 more stages to go, who knows what the end result would be. On we go then to the afternoon stages, and there would be change in the H3 class. We see Jeremy Wells and Martin Saunders taking 3rd in the class by the end of the rally. Change too in N3, Ewan Tyndall and Paul Hudson moving up to take 3rd with 24th on the leaderboard. Unfortunately for James Giddings and Sean Cunniff, they were unable to hold that pace and keep the lead of the class to the finish. They have to settle for 2nd place this weekend, missing out on the victory by 7 seconds after breaking the lower engine mount and having to do the last 2 stages with a ratchet strap holding things in place. So that class would see another leader and eventual winner by the end of the day, Calvin Green and Oshin Owen, coming back from a slightly slower start to work their way up the leaderboard to the top of the class by the end of the rally. There's change in B10 as well, seeing Robert Smith and Frankie Hillman taking 3rd in the class by the end of the event. Barry Jordan and Paul Wakely gain a place in the H3 class through the afternoon after the loss of Ernie Graham from the class lead. Second place in the class, 16th overall. And of course, that means it's victory in the class for Steve Ward and Mike Crawford. First in H3, 13th overall in the Escort. For Tommy Meadows and Emma Morrison, it will be a place gained, taking second in the R2 Cup this weekend. A great event for the Fiesta pair in the end. On to the top 10 then, and it will be 10th place for the BMW of Colin Griffiths and Mike Wilding. Just missing out on a podium in the B12 class in the process too. For Nick Dobson and Steve Pugh, it will be 9th in the category, the pair ending the event with 4th in B11. For Alan McDowell and Gavin Hesseltine, meanwhile, there wouldn't be much change. They gain a place overall to end the day with 8th, but their 3rd in the B12 class would remain much the same to the finish. George Lepley and Tom Woodburn maintain their good advantage in that R2 Cup place to take victory by the end of the rally. Some good points for the pair who hadn't planned on being here until the week before the event. That close B11 class then would eventually settle with Andy Davison and Tom Murphy taking 3rd place. There would only be 4 seconds keeping them from 2nd, a close end to the podium places in this class. Just above them on the overall results would be the 1400 example sunbeam of Chris Powell and Jim Lewis. Another giant killing performance from the Herefordshire pair. Rob Dennis and Simon Rogers managed to gain places in the B11 class to end the rally with 2nd, as well as taking 4th overall in the category. And despite some movement around them, there'd be no change for Owen McMacken and Barry Ferris, ending the rally with the final step on the podium, 2nd in the B12 class. The afternoon, meanwhile, would give Max Utting and Mike Ainsworth a chance to gain some time on the overall and class results, ending the rally with a fantastic 2nd place in the Silver Star category. But there would be no doubting the pace from Yehan Rowlands and Emir Hall, taking victory this weekend by over 1.5 minutes. The return to the Escort after a few events in the Avenger certainly hadn't slowed them down. So confirmation then of the results in the Silver Star category, despite that dominance out front, as close and as exciting throughout the leaderboard as we've come to expect from this series. 4th overall for Dennis, securing him a small lead in that Silver Star Championship after round 3. Next up for the Silver Star Cruise is the journey north for the Carlisle stages. We will of course be there to bring you all of the action, and in the meantime you can catch up with anything you've missed on our social media. Thank you for watching Special Stage.